Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman, here with a holiday tip. Ladies, if a male coworker makes an unwanted sexual advance at an office party, stay calm and politely tell him you're not interested. And if a female coworker does it, drag her ass into the nearest supply closet and get freaky. Seriously, I'm talking nasty. Be sure to record it with your camera phone and email it to my Gmail account. Happy holidays.
And welcome to In-Game Chats for Saturday, December the 15th, 2018. It's Season 12, Episode 45. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's our Christmas show, basically. We do it every year. Mm-hmm. We open up with, we got Morgan Freeman throughout the show. And we have Christmas music from video games. Now, that one comes from Christmas Nights.
Christmas Nights,
yeah, which was Sega Saturn. What year is that going back to?
Oh, early 90s, mid 90s,
something like that. Yeah,
look it up. But yeah,
I'm gonna say around 94.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a nice little additional game they gave us.
It was some DLC and stuff that they gave you, and that's what games have done that over how long? I mean, obviously going back to that, but they've thrown in some. And at the time, I don't think we called it DLC. I don't even think you could download it. I think it was...
No, it was like a little special disc that you were given, either by mail or from stores or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just an add-on type thing, and a lot of games would do this, when... and then, of course, when DLC became prominent, then you had winter-themed events and winter-themed DLC and skins and things like that. So, so I went through and I tried to find... originally, when we used to do this, I think it was just about 6 or 7 tracks that we had done for Christmas, and I really didn't bother looking up anymore because those were very hard to find at the time, and I just did. There's not a lot out there that does it. Now, you have some levels that are set in wintry areas, and when you look up video game Christmas music, they like to go back to that. Oh, this has a snowman in it, so we're going to use the music from this. Is not the case. Or it has a wintry theme to it, but nothing that relays that in the music itself. Mm-hmm. So that's what I tried to find when I was looking these up earlier today, because I am very, very far behind on. I've been behind the 8 ball all day today, and so far, I haven't tripped or fell or whatever. I'm good now, but there's still this lingering thing that feels like I've forgotten something. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? I don't think so. I've got this.
Well, then clap away.
I mean, so that's good. We're streaming now. Everything's good there.
Yeah.
I haven't set up my chat window here so that I can talk to everybody in the chat room.
Oh, it was November of 1996, by the way, for Christmas Nights.
November of 96.
That was close.
Mm-hmm.
That's, it's going back a ways.
Yep.
Going back just a little bit. Hey, let me finish telling you everything. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. That is 334-272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. If you go there, ingamechat.net, it's going to have all the links, like I said, to get in touch with us. Not just to get in touch with us, but to watch us live while we broadcast. There's a link there. You don't have to do the thing that I'm about to tell you, which is type in twitch.tv in your browser. Go there and then type in the search bar in-game chat, and then you'll find us. No, just go to the link on our website, ingamechat.net. ingamechat.net. And that's how it all works. By the way, the music in this episode, of course, brought to you by our friends at Quality Comics. You can find their store here in town if you're local. They're on 500. They're located at 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. You can find their store online, qualitycomics.com. That's comics with an X. And you can also find their store on eBay. Every place kind of differs in what they sell. If you go to qualitycomics.com, you're going to see their vintage books. And by vintage books, I mean books that are selling for the hundreds and thousands of dollars. Yes, they are vintage. They are beautiful. I kind of want one.
They're out of my price range right now.
There's that too, but I kind of want one.
Oh, just one?
I mean, I would love... Why? Okay, so this goes back to the logic of either how I spend money or how I rationalize spending. I don't know. I would like to have a comic book worth 4 figures.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be able to own one of those by paying 4 figures to have a comic book that could sell for 4 figures.
That's usually how it works.
But I would like to have one.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit. However, if it's not out of your price range, or if you just want to see what a comic book that's worth 4 or more figures looks like, go to qualitycomics.com. I've seen some of these in their shop. If you're looking for more on the collectibles and toys and things that are not running in the 4-figure category, check out their eBay store. That'll have more for you in that range of things, and just a bigger, broader selection of stuff as well. And you can also go to Facebook, Montgomery Quality Comics, and check out everything there. If you go to the store, you can see all that stuff.
And their friendly faces.
Yes, you can. Brent, Lee, and Jason at Quality Comics. So, Christmas stuff. We are not here next week. So, I think we're just going to rerun this show next week. So, yeah. If you don't catch it this week, you can catch it next week.
Speaking of eBay, I was looking at Christmas nights on eBay. They want the lowest price here is $34, sold in acceptable condition. I've never heard that before. Anybody?
Acceptable?
Acceptable condition.
Acceptable, I suppose.
It's not... I guess it's got a little bit of scratches on the back.
I don't know. It could range from anything. It could be like light scratches, or the dog hadn't chewed on it, or something. I don't know. It's a little vague, but $34. The game that came out in '96. It was like a one level demo. Really,
that's all it was. It was just a level.
Yeah, but it was a music alternate tracks. Yeah, that was.
They had a lot because when I was searching for more music today, I came across. I was like, oh, there's more music from the Nights.
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a good bit of music from Christmas Nights.
Actually, some stuff with vocals too.
Yeah.
That I found as well. So. So the first track that we heard today, and then the very last track that plays are like our traditional stuff. It's the ones that we almost always use. However, everything in between, hopefully, if I did everything right, is all different.
Cool.
And it already looks like I didn't do everything right. Let me do this. There we go. Okay, we're back. So. What do we want to talk? There were some things that we didn't get around to last weekend. There was one thing that I kind of wanted to use as a PSA, and I never talked about that.
What was that?
Your Uplay points.
Okay.
They're going away.
Well, what?
Right? Well, what? Yes.
Excuse what?
They're getting rid of them.
The things that you redeem and
all that stuff you've been collecting since what? AC1 or 2? Was it 2?
Around there, yeah.
So this is like your point set for Best Buy. They're going away. Use them or lose them.
Well, these are this will be use them or lose them. Here's the way that they've got it. Let me go down the list here. You probably don't think this is from the PC Gamer article. You probably don't think about your Ubisoft Club points. Nope, not until I play a Ubisoft game and they remind me.
And then you redeem them for in-game stuff.
You earn them in game for doing challenges and things like that, and then there's ways for you to spend them for items in the game. Ubisoft has now decided to give the points a 2-year shelf life that kicks in next year. Your points are going to start vanishing. Ubisoft hasn't given a clear reason for the change, though it's framed as a positive one in line with other changes in the loyalty scheme's scope, like weekly challenges, new rewards. And the personal gaming assistant, by the way, Sam, the personal gaming assistant.
I haven't.
popped it open once because I think I got some Uplay points if I did. I know. You
Is it like a phone app or something?
I want to say it is. Yeah, I think it is. The major difference, of course, is that all of these things were additions. This is a subtraction with no benefits to players. Beginning April 1st, 2019, you have 24 months to redeem the club units that you acquired through your gaming experience or by making eligible purchases at the Ubisoft Store. After 24 months, these club units will expire and will automatically disappear from your account. Each time you redeem club units, the oldest club units will be redeemed first.
Okay, so you have a 2-year window of use or lose.
Right.
Okay, that's a lot better than what I thought. Going into it, that they're just getting rid of the thing altogether. Because I do have some. I mean, I got 130 points or something like that.
I got a ton.
But every time an Assassin's Creed comes out or any
Far
kind
Cry and stuff.
Far Cry, I'm buying stuff in it. All right.
Here's some more to this. Ubisoft will compare everyone's point balance from March 31st, 2017. So they're going to go back to the year 2017, March 31st, and they're going to compare that with the number of points redeemed between that date and March 31st of 2019. If you've redeemed fewer points than you owned 24 months ago, the difference will vanish.
Okay.
I'm going to read this again because I'm actually kind of confused. From March 31st, 2017 to March 31st, 2019, if you've redeemed...
That's a two-year window.
Yeah, if you've redeemed fewer points than you owned for those 24 months...
So you get, say you have, you've earned 130 points, you've only redeemed 50.
Mm-hmm.
Then
the difference is going away.
The difference will go away.
Okay. All right.
Wow. That's it's an interesting play there, Cotton. Let's see how it works out.
Mm-hmm. You can check the site to see how many points will expire. Hang on.
All right. Well, at least there's that.
Yeah. Let me get into the... Am I in the chat room right now? I don't even know. Yes,
Yep.
I am. Let me log in.
So this Sam thing, where do you get that at?
I don't know. I think it's in the... If you download the Ubisoft app, I think it's in that. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. That's our little dango app. I'm going to log into this thing real quick. Oh, you remembered my login. Well, look at you. Oh, it's the wrong password.
Trying to remember the last
Still.
Ubisoft game I played.
God, I don't know what my password is. Well, it ain't that. What in the world?
Riveting, folks.
Right, I know. This is fantastic radio. Oh, yeah, I need to tell them I'm not a robot. Do I have to pick which ones are street signs and which are not street signs? Because that's going to me.
Oh, that's it.
Reality more password.
Rayman and Raving Rabbids was the last Ubisoft games I played.
So if Daft Punk have to do that, capture thing, would they answer, "I am not a robot"?
It's a horrible joke, Matt.
I'm just asking.
And it's still a horrible joke. It's not recognized. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look this up so that I can figure out how many I need to spend.
All of them.
Yeah, because you can check
basically.
here it is. You can check your balance and you can see how many of your club units will expire on March 31st, 2019. So I need to remember this. I need to come back to it and try and log in at home or something and figure this thing out rather than try and do it on the air right now.
Oh, the worst thing would be having all these points to use and have no desire to use them for anything because there's nothing you want.
Yeah.
Well, it's not related necessarily to that, but I logged in, kind of going in with what we play each week. I logged in today. Again, this shows you how far behind I'm how slow I'm moving here. I logged in today for my free copy of Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I did that. I did the email. I'm waiting to hear back from them.
When you did that recently?
Yeah, today when you posted the thing.
Yeah. Well, if you already own you don't own a copy on PC, do you?
I do not.
But do you own a copy that's linked to your Uplay account?
Yes. Yeah, my PS4.
Is that good? Will that still be okay?
I don't think so. Well, reading the thing, it made it sound like it's for the Google streaming Chrome thing.
Oh, I know, but they'll give you a copy free if you play it for an hour. But I think for PC they will, which is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if you have the game linked to your account, regardless of platform, do you still get it?
I think it has to be through PC.
Or does it just PC?
I think it has to be through
Well, that's
PC.
cool. You'll get a PC. Well, do you know if you're in or you have
They said they'll email me.
Yeah. Well, I logged into it for the first. I got accepted for that thing back in October, and I logged into it for the first time today, and got
Play
set
an
up.
hour of it?
I don't know if I got around to playing an hour of it. I'll still put some time in just to be certain.
Yeah. I was actually, that's one of the things I've been doing is I got back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey and playing that past 2 days or so.
But they gave the Google folks gave me whatever they're called, Helix credits. I guess it's in-game.
Yeah, see,
stuff.
that I could use some of those.
They gave me 1,000 of those.
That's not bad.
Well, they don't carry over.
To other platforms?
They
or-
want one. Okay, so when I get the free copy for PC,
Yeah.
that will not carry over. My save game will. My progress will.
Well, your character.
All of that will carry
So
over.
what you do is...
But the Helix points will not.
You use the Helix points in the Google thing for, like, the experience booster. It's like a permanent, like, 5% experience booster.
That's what I read in the article that was talking about this.
That's what I would do.
It said there's 1,000 Helix points, and you can't. Those won't carry over. And then in parentheses, we suggest getting the XP boost.
Yes.
It's 1,000. It's 1,000
Exactly.
Helix points to get the XP boost. So I might do that. But
Because I actually spent some actual in real world cash.
you spent some real world currency on your game, did you?
to get, and I did
I'm not
get,
surprised.
but it's helped out a lot actually. Since I did that, I've been jumping up levels pretty quickly because they boosted the level cap from 40 to 50 now,
So you paid to win.
and so
I'm just kidding.
Whatever. It's
I'm
a
just
single
kidding.
player game.
It's a single
so
player game. It doesn't matter.
How much did that run you?
It's like $5, I think.
Oh, sorry.
It wasn't expensive, either 5 or 10. Something, not too terribly much.
Yeah, so that was I logged in and I did that. Which, by the way, the thing played amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like mouse and keyboard support on that game though. I really want to move over to
with the controller.
Yeah, I only played that little. Well, because I really wasn't planning. What I was planning on doing was logging in, getting to where I can control the character and start the story, I guess, or whatever, and then just let them sit there while the timer runs.
Just need an hour, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I had time, and well, I really didn't have time. That's the reason I'm behind. But I went ahead and played a little bit. I got my gear. The furthest I got, Matt, and you'll know this, was the very first thing when you go to collect your money from the old dude who
Yeah.
bought a vineyard and this sort of
Yeah.
thing. Like I got to that part where he says, "Go get your money from this guy," and they've also kidnapped this person. And so from there on, it's for me to go do, and all I did was climb up to the viewpoint right there
And on the statue.
on Zeus. Yeah, I climbed up to that. And I
Did
hit
you get the funny dialogue?
No, I didn't even aim for. No, I didn't go for that.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
You know what I'm
go.
talking about.
I know what you're talking
They
about.
actually
Zeus
they,
is completely naked, and you can do a thing, and I
you
didn't
can
do
climb
it.
on his statue, and he'll like, maybe I should be doing this right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, you're gonna stay
I
there while I
just-
take photos in the photo mode.
I just went right, like everybody's photo is.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went straight up to the viewpoint. I did the synchronization, and then I logged off. So I'll go back in, maybe put in a few minutes here and there each day. I have till January the 15th
Okay.
to put in that time. So I feel certain.
I'm
that-
sure you could get an hour
Yeah,
between now and then.
which will be cool because I get a free copy of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Not that it's that bad because it's already like $23, $30 that I
But-
keep seeing dipping around.
but free is free.
Free is totally. This goes back to my whole situation about like, hey, I'd really love to own a 4-figure comic book,
Yeah.
but
Well,
give me
you know
that
how-
$30 game for free, please.
But that's how you get to where you can afford a 4-figure comic
I
book,
guess it is.
right?
I think it is. Okay, so we've got a few more minutes. RJ, what have you played recently?
I told.
Oh.
I think I mentioned earlier that I was given an invite to the alpha for Major MLB The Show 19.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, and I got in there, but the window for it was like very small considering that I was at work at the time that it was open. So I got there and tried to salvage as much as I could. It's the same problem that they have with that is the same with a lot of sports titles in the fact that there's not really much room for improvement. I mean, baseball is still the same. It's been the same way for over 100 years.
Yeah.
And there's no rules they can implement, things of that nature. It's still the same game. And when I played through the alpha, it was pretty much more the same. Not many new features, no new features that I noticed anywhere. It still looks the same. Probably maybe a few new camera angles and whatnot. And basically, I know that when the game comes out, it's going to be that and a new roster update. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the game is bad, but it's just going to be more the same. So the excitement year after year after year kind of drops off a little bit more with every incarnation of it. Mm-hmm. But it's still the same game. It's still fun to play if you're a baseball fan. Yeah, it's the best on the market, probably only one on the market right now. So I was had a little fun with that. A little more of Grand Theft Auto 5, a little more Street Fighter 5, which had the new, if you heard about it, the new ads they put in there.
I saw that. Yeah.
And you saw the fun. So I'm guessing you saw the fun that people had with the with Photoshop and the ads, the future that was coming.
I know. Yeah.
Basically, if anyone doesn't know, it's basically Street Fighter 5. Capcom has decided to put ads for the Capcom Pro Tour on the characters and on the stages throughout the game. But you do have an option to turn them off if you choose to.
Uh-huh.
The only benefit you have of turning the things on is you get, I believe, 8 units of fight money for every match you play with the ads on. And then you get 12 units of fight money for every stage that you play on that has the logo on it. Basically, the season, the stages they give you every season.
Right. What does the currency do? What is the currency used for?
It's used for attempts at the bonus stages, challenges in the game. It's also used for outfits. In the Play Store.
So, in your opinion, worth keeping on, or should they?
No, it's not worth keeping on at all. I mean, there's very little money given because you get 50 units of fight money for every win you get in ranked.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. I have no idea what's the benefit.
And I believe there's a cap. There's a cap that you get. There's a certain amount you can earn before it doesn't work for you anymore. If I'm
that's funny to me.
That's what I've heard about. But generally people make fun of the thing more than anything else.
Why would you cap that?
Yeah.
If you're going to get, if Capcom as a company is going to get, I say free advertising, whatever, but Capcom can find ways to put in their advertising on that. Why would they cap that?
Yeah.
Then that is, I've hit my limit, turn it off, and especially since it's a very low amount.
Yeah.
Like you said. So
yeah, it's not worth it. I mean, if you were giving like 500 per, maybe you'd see people turning it on. Mm-hmm. But 8 and 12. At the most 20 per match.
They're starting it out, so who knows? That could change easily. If they report usage that, hey, nobody's using this thing, well, let's find another incentive to make them use it,
Yeah. But outside of that, also played a little bit of the Golf Club 2019. I was actually managed to find a disc of it this time.
Yeah.
It came out digitally first, and then the disc would come out later. But the disc came out, and barely anybody had it. So I had to end up going to with Tumka to get it.
What?
Yeah. So they finally got it. They dropped the price to $30, so that probably had something to do with it. Normally it was $50, and with the $25 coupon I had, I was able to get it for like five and some change. So it was nice. And while I was there, I also picked up Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition.
I need to get that.
Yeah, I was able to pick that up. I've heard enough about it, so I may as well see what all the fuss is about. And I think I saw Senua's Sacrifice. We were talking about that last week. I think that was around $20. I think it was $20 as well. I didn't pick it up, but now I know the price is that much. I might get that later on. That's pretty much all I've been playing.
Okay. Sorry, I've just got a... It was a tweet from Wario, and anytime I get a tweet from Wario, I pay attention
Anything
to
good?
it.
New sale.
Well, no, that's how I found out. Where was I? I was in the parade, the parade here in town. Mm-hmm. I was in the parade last night, and my watch went off, and I'm driving. Thank God we were only, stopping and starting as far as the parade was concerned. Drive a little bit, stop, drive a little bit, stop. Because that's when I got that tweet from Wario that talked about the Assassin's Creed free game. And I'm sitting here reading this little bitty thing on my watch. I'm like, what is this? What does it get to the... Oh, I got a free game. Okay, I got to remember to go back to that. So anytime I get something like that, I check to make sure. It was nothing. It's PlayStation sending out redeemable codes for a holiday theme on the PlayStation 4.
Man.
Yeah,
So,
that's all it is.
I looked at my Uplay Club, I have 217 credits
Total, or that are going to go away?
total. I don't know how many is going to go away. Let me.
Well, there was a button at the bottom. Like if you scroll down on that thing, there was a thing where it says here how many are you going to lose on whatever.
From the.
Yeah, on that main page that I linked to. Because when you go scroll down to it,
In the club or.
I don't. Yeah, the welcome.club. Yeah,
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But
log out. Click on that link that's in the chat room again, and then scroll down. And it says check your balance. How many of your club units will expire on March 31st, 2019?
Okay. But yeah, 217 is the total I have right now.
You see anything on there you can pick up, or is that just in game only?
There's some stuff like for Assassin's Creed, like some weapons and skins and
Purely cosmetic, or the weapons? Is it a boost to your weapons in there?
Well, the weapons are at like minimum level, then you upgrade them in the game.
Okay.
And everything. But yeah, I'm just like, log out and log in and find out. Speaking of free, if you have Epic.
The Epic Store?
Yeah, the Epic Store.
Yep.
Starting yesterday for a couple weeks, Subnautica is free.
I need to log in and take advantage of that.
I did that last night.
I could have sworn I had a Uplay app on my phone, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Nope, don't see it. Yeah, I'll look for that later. Anyway, so yes, you can get Subnautica free if you have the Steam. Not Steam. It's already thrown me
Epic.
off. You have the Epic Store. You can go there and get a free. And you don't need to buy anything. You just need to set up an account with the Epic Game Store.
Yep.
Boom, you get the game for free. No problem.
Because free is always nice.
Free is always nice. We're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we will have. We'll talk. Let's see. You know what? We'll talk about Hitman because we didn't get a chance to talk about Hitman.
All right.
We'll talk about Hitman 2. I didn't get a chance last to it. I still want to talk about this guy who is trying to sue Epic Games for a dance move. We didn't really get to go into that too much. Mm-hmm. There's also... What else? Oh, I played Anthem. I don't even know if I'm under a NDA to talk about it, but I played Anthem. And what else? There was some other stuff going on. There's just a lot of little bitty small things that were happening. I saw where episode 3 of The Walking Dead is getting a release date in January, I believe.
So they're actually going to...
They're going to finish episode 3 anyway.
Yeah.
So, oh man, yeah, I want to talk about that. Okay, yeah, there's still some stuff, but we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Hitman. Right now we're going to break. This is music from Wario World called The Shivering Mountains. And we'll be back with more in Game Chat after this.
Here's another holiday office party tip from Morgan Freeman.
Office holiday parties leaving you down and out? As in, your pants are down and your man candy's out? Don't feel bad. Well, I've been known to cut my Shawshank loose at work gatherings, too. Fortunately, there is a fix. It's called bringing your wife. You drag that buzzkill along, and the only thing you'll hook up with under the mistletoe is sound investment advice from Ed in accounting. Now, will it ruin the party? Sure. But you'll feel better the next morning when you don't wake up in a warm, steaming pile of your own sick. Happy holidays.
That's another holiday office party tip from Morgan Freeman.
Christmas Eve, 1945. Times were so tight we couldn't afford a tree. But that wasn't going to stop my daddy. So he packed us up and moved us to a snowy forest. Well, I lost 2 toes to frostbite that night, and a coyote ran off with my grandma. But it was worth it for that tree. Well, after all, I got more toes. And besides, Grandma kind of smelled funky. Happy holidays!
And welcome back to In-Game Chat for Saturday. I guess it's the weekend before Christmas, if you count Christmas being like a whole weekend event type thing next weekend.
Kind of.
Well, whatever. It's our Christmas episode. You're not going to hear us next week.
Yeah. So yeah, might as well be it, right?
You're going to hear this again. Exactly. This is from the music here is from Yoshi's Woolly World. A Little Light Snow is the name of it. And it is brought to you, of course, by our friends at Quality Comics here in Montgomery, 500 Eastern Boulevard. In fact, you can call them at 272-1787 or 1-800-548-3314. Check them out online at qualitycomics.com or on Facebook at their webpage or their Facebook page, Montgomery Quality Comics, again, with an X. If you've got collectibles lying around the house, or things that you might know of that you've boxed up, or you want to get some idea of what they might be worth, well, you can go online and see what those are, or you can take it in to see Brent or Jason or Lee or anybody over at Quality Comics, and they can look at it for you. They can give you a better assessment, not just of what it's worth, but the condition that it's also in, and give you ideas on how to keep it in better condition or from getting any worse than what it may already be. Protect that investment or make it better so that you can sell it. Maybe get those 4 figures for that comic book. All right, so we wanted to talk about Hitman because we didn't get a chance to talk about Hitman last week because we talked too much about award shows, which was honestly I felt like it was a waste of time to talk about the award shows. I did read a nice article. I think it was at Kotaku or was it Polygon? One of those websites did a very long-form article about the 6 months in advance of the Game Awards, and we're seeing how it all kind of came together and how it was all done and that sort of thing, how they get things and how they don't get things, and what they're trying to do and what they are able to do, and just how it comes about, which was honestly very interesting. I know I made a suggestion in the write-up on the show about how it could be better. I think everybody's got an idea, and they even themselves probably have an idea of how it could be better instead of being 10 minutes of awards and 2 hours of new game reveals. Just make it 2 hours of new game reveals.
I think the universal thing was make the whole thing shorter overall.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Because you said it was like 3?
It was like 3 hours almost.
3 hours, that's...
With about 2.5 of it devoted to just reveals, game reveals. And 30 minutes of it devoted to awards. You know, if that's all you're going to do, then knock out the awards. Just knock them out. Just do them. Don't intersperse. Just knock them out, get them done, and then do reveals. Or do reveals and then do awards at the end. I don't know. Which is the meal and which is the dessert? I have no idea. Or separate it all together. Because it's slowly...
The reveals will be the meal.
All right. It's slowly turning into E3 Winter Edition, in a sense. And I say that, I know E3 is like over a span of 3 days, and the E3 proper is the 3-day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You get to go in and play games and talk to developers and that sort of thing. I understand what that is. It's those press conferences the days before E3 where the companies come out and they show their new stuff. Do this. Do that. Have something where you can show that off and then relate it in a way to wrestling. Where they have one thing the night before and then they have their big main event thing the night after, you know? Mm-hmm. Like I know when they do the Hall of Fame, they do it on Saturday night and then they do the pay-per-view on the next night.
Sunday, yeah.
So go ahead. Do something like that. Awards on Saturday if you think nobody's going to be watching or you don't, you know, you're not too worried about viewership, and then reveals the next day. Whatever. I don't know. Talked too much about it already. Look at that. Matt, tell us about Hitman 2. I'm gone way too long on awards again that I didn't mean to do.
So I think with the award season, right? You know, I'm in love with this game.
Hitman? Yeah.
Yes. It is everything I liked about Hitman 2016 and then some. The fact that I still have, like, I went ahead and uninstalled my Hitman 1 and everything.
No worries.
Yeah.
You got them right there on your Hitman 2?
Exactly. So when I loaded up Hitman 2, like...
I need to do that too, actually.
I did know, so you have all of, if you have the original Hitman, it's the Legacy Pack or whatever. You could even buy it and, you know, add it. Mm-hmm. But it's basically all of the Hitmen, you know, from 2016, the Game of the Year, you know, with the expansion, you know, like little extra level. I like it. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
When I first started up, I was doing the tutorial level from Hitman 1, but I did notice there was a little bit of differences in it. The boat, you know the level with the boat. We had to, you know, sneak onto the wooden boat and everything.
In which one?
The tutorial level.
Sneak onto the wooden boat.
Yeah, you're like in a.
In the very first game.
Yeah,
yes.
the very first game.
In the very first game, yes.
So you're like in a silo, you know, like a big silo kind of a thing. And you're
basically inside what is essential a soundstage, and they've built a set.
Yeah, they've recreated
with
this famous
and,
mission and stuff like that. In the first Hitman, off to the right where you start off, there's a little gate shack with 2 guards, and then like if you had a lockpick, you could pick your way and go that way.
That's
not there in Hitman 2.
Over to the right, you said?
Yeah, from where you start off.
There was never I don't remember there being a locked door. Well, there was a locked
gate. Yeah. And it leads to the back end.
But I remember that because that's the first place I would go. I'd flick a coin to distract them while I got
2 guards.
Yeah, while I snuck into the shack, took the guard out there.
I'd take them out and change into a suit.
Well, there's a guard inside the shack.
Yeah,
and if you could distract. The key is to distract. I think the 2 guards that are standing in front of the door are fine. You won't have a problem with them. What you're trying to do is distract the guy inside the shack.
I think he was an enforcer.
Yeah, you've got to throw the coin so it alerts him, but doesn't alert the 2 guards standing outside the shack, because only one guard, if multiple guards hear something, only one will check.
Yeah.
And so you want that guy in the shack. And I remember throwing that coin, making the noise, getting him out, sneaking in and hiding right, crouched and low. So when he comes into the doorway, I can take him out, change clothes, and then, walk around. So the shack's not there. And
the shack and the guards and stuff are not there. So I'm like,
why would that be?
I don't know.
It seems like they're just putting the files in there, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
But they have to update the files because, the next level, when it's the Russian consulate with the guy with the chess master that's escaping on the jet.
Right upstairs in the...
Now, sneaking into it, they have, the big tall bushes you could hide in that hide you. Mm-hmm. So it's easier to sneak in because it's using the Hitman 2 mechanics.
Oh, okay.
So not only am I, bringing in my suitcase with my sniper rifle, also I'm sneaking into with the bushes and stuff like that and the foliage. So I like how they've added the stuff of Hitman 1 into it. So I could go and play Paris. I could play Sapienza. going back and doing some more of the escalations. I'm doing those. I did 5 escalations, got the weapon, stuff like that. I'm really liking it. I did the elusive target,
Right.
and I got Silent Assassin on it.
So did I.
Oh, you did get Silent Assassin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you beat him?
I went in and okay. So I have to tell you, I was not familiar with the map because I really haven't played much of the game. I hadn't even finished the prologue of Hitman 2 that we had talked about weeks ago. I had talked about the fact that I broke into the house, alerted the I didn't alert anybody. I just cued the cutscene of where the enemies arrive at the house. And then it was my job to get out of there while taking out one of the people that I had to take out. I hadn't even finished that. Listening to their conversations, she talked about wanting tea, and I thought, ooh, there was a chance to kill back then.
There was.
That sort of thing. So I went through and I finished all that up just so I could advance to the Miami place and work on that, which is then my next step was to do the Miami level.
It's a good level.
It's a massive level.
Yes.
And there's a lot of if you were to put that map, if you were to do a top down to that map and show me entrances and exits and points of interest and places of hiding and everything else, it would be cluttered to no end. The amount of stuff that you have at your disposal, but not only that, but also chances for you to completely ruin everything with cameras and all this other stuff that's around. So I was able to get through that. Now, this was on a Sunday. And I thought about once I finished that, it was about 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and I thought about starting the elusive target because it takes place in the Miami level. And so I thought, okay, now I can move around, get stuff done. But I didn't, so I had one more day to do it. I had Monday to do it. So I logged in Monday when I got home from work, and I had already watched videos on this because I didn't know the level. I wasn't aware of the map. I was like,
You
I
want
don't
to
know
be
how
more
this
familiar with it?
I did. And this was my first elusive target, too. I never played any of them from Hitman 1. So I was also not too clear on the rules.
Once you start, you could always
I figured it out.
restart.
Yeah.
As long as you don't kill him or you don't die.
Right.
Once you kill the target, then you're locked in. You can't restart.
Right.
You have to either finish it or die.
Yeah. So,
And there's no saves.
Yeah, there is no saves. So this was my first elusive target. I looked up video on how to do it. So this is how I did it. From the starting point, I went inside. I jumped behind the coat check.
Yeah.
There was a place where I could change into a coat check outfit person, whatever, security, everything
One
else.
of the workers.
Yeah. One of the workers there. Came back out, met with my contact there,
Yeah.
and then we went upstairs while he was talking to the target. I went into the lab, took out the lab guy, hit his body, but changed into his clothes.
Yeah.
This is the blue lab guy, not
Yeah.
just the regular white coat guy, but the blue coat guy, which apparently is a big deal. So I took him out and then put on his outfit. There was a guy in the server room that I was able to take him out and hide his body. There was another guy who was not a problem at all. He just walked away after a while. I shut doors where I could. After that, I laid down. There was a weapon storage right there in the lab. So I picked, because they're testing out a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked up a couple of weapons there, put one on the floor I put 2 on the floor in the lab area and shut the door. So when the target comes in with his bodyguards, he brings 2 bodyguards, and they open the door. He sees the guns on the floor.
They grab the guns.
Security guard 1, apparently they can only hold 1 gun at a time.
Yeah.
So security guard 1 goes and picks up one of the guns and then takes it out. Security guard 2 goes, picks up the other gun, and then walks away, leaving me and my target completely alone. Then I shoved his face into the pin.
That's basically how I did it too.
Yeah, there was a explosive pin or something.
Yeah, and he's looking at it.
He totally does the whole thing where he's like, "What's this?" and like leans over and looks down with one eye, and it's like smack with his head. And then I hit his body, and then all I had to do was walk out.
Yeah.
That was completely it, and that was all it was. And that was Silent Assassin done. So, yeah, But now I'm more prepared.
Once you took out the Undying, the target, did you feel like that, like kind of nervousness of like, all right, if something goes wrong, this is it?
Yes. Well, I didn't feel like anything was going to go wrong because, again, I had watched this and I was like, okay, everything should be fine. I've done everything to a T. What I look forward to doing is the next time, and more levels, actually, because that was really fun. Yeah. It was still really fun, regardless of the fact that it had these amazing consequences if you screwed anything up. The entire game sort of has that, but again, this goes back to that video that we watched, The Art of Repetition, which is exactly what Hitman exemplifies.
And once you get to know the levels, because once you play through Miami a couple more times, you'll know the ins, the outs, and stuff like that. You feel really comfortable in it.
And there's a ton of opportunities in Miami. I only unlocked a few different things. I can go back and find new ways of taking the targets and completing the level.
This is why I like the episodic nature of the first one, because it gives you that chance to go back and go back and go back. But
while you wait for the next episode to come out.
But in this one, that's what I've been doing it, where like after I killed the targets in Miami, then I went back and tried it again a different way. Then went back and, all right, let's look up this method, or let's figure out, where does this contact lead me to? And each time you do it, if you do it a different way, you could unlock points which will level up your the level. And
you're also unlocking ability. No, I say abilities, but
you have
other opportunities.
Opportunities. You have outfits, weapons,
entrance points,
exit
points,
stuff like that.
Things that you can store in the van.
Yeah, the
for
storage. So that's why I didn't just finish that one and then jump on to the next level, the serpent head, I think it is.
I have no idea. I haven't gone
three-headed serpent.
Yeah, I haven't gone any further.
I went back through until I mastered it, all the way up to level 20. And once I did that, well enough, then I'm like, where I feel like I really know, I have a good idea of this level. Then I, went into the next one, and I did the same thing with that. Like the first time, you're just trying to figure out where everything is. And then you're walking around, and then, all right, then you like sort of haphazardly, at least I haphazardly took out the targets, and then like made my escape.
Your first one's like always the messiest,
usually, yeah.
It's always the one that's like amateur hour, for him, and it never goes the same way twice, but it also never goes very well. You get through it.
Even if
I'm
really good about like taking out the target, then someone will walk in that I wasn't expecting because I don't know their path quite yet, or like I'd make a wrong turn and I'm like, so then I redo it again and unlock some more stuff for it, unlock some more weapons, some more items, some different entrance points, and then I keep on redoing it. Doing the different challenges also helps out, because those will unlock, let you really know the level. So when you start looking at the different challenges that you could do, then once I leveled that up to 20, then I did Mumbai. I mastered that one, so now
Have you finished the game?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think I have two. I think I have 2 levels left. After Mumbai, you're in a neighborhood in Virginia, and that's where I'm at now. And I'm just walking around. I haven't even taken the targets out yet. I'm just like walking around, just trying to explore, to figure out, what's where, who's what, and the different opportunities abound.
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to it. There should be another elusive target coming soon. That's what it says, coming soon on the splash screen before you load the game. Like I'd say, if you want, go back and play through the stuff on 1. Because those were some really good levels as well. Once you get to know them, then doing escalation. Those are always fun. You start off with one target, kill them this way. It could be like this one target. You have to be in this disguise with this weapon, or any disguise, any weapon, whatever. And then once you do that, then they'll escalate it to 2 targets with this parameters, 3 targets with these parameters. 4 targets, we're going to mix things up, 5, all that kind of stuff. Where each time it's an escalation where, after a while you're just like, all right, this is pretty challenging.
Is there a limit?
I think 5.
Okay.
The escalations usually go either 3 or 5, levels. But they're fun. And that's another good way. Once you know a city, and the different ways, then that helps out.
Again, if you haven't seen it, find that video, The Art of Repetition, on YouTube. Oh,
Yeah.
what is it? 20 minutes? 15?
Oh, it wasn't that long. Yeah.
It's not too long. I know 20 minutes might seem like a very long time in the world of watching YouTube videos, but
Oh, really?
right. It's a really good breakdown of level layouts and really how to set your mind when going into playing a Hitman game.
I love the verticality of the the different levels, just the ins and the outs, the different entrance points, exit points, just everything.
Yeah. And basically he says a lot of the same things that we've said,
Yeah.
which is it always looks rough the first time, but by the time that you've done it ever how many more times, you really get that sense. When you play a game when you play something like Batman, the Arkham games, you feel like Batman when you play it, but you feel like that at the outset until, of course, you get in the Batmobile and drive like a lunatic. But you feel like Batman when you're playing those games. From the outset, you don't feel like this master assassin hitman person right out of the gate. However, by the time you learn that level, when you learn that map and learn that layout, just like, well, I want to say it's an assassin simulator, but in a sense, sort of. You survey the field, you understand the patterns, you learn the ways that the people move on in the area and that sort of thing, and know where your exits are and where your points of opportunity are. Then you do become that master assassin. You become the person that can handle with anything on the fly. You know exactly where your guy's going to be and where his bodyguards are going to be, or whatever the case may be. And if anything sort of comes up that is unexpected, because you've learned that level, you know how to deal with it
Yeah.
quicker. Normally it's not going to happen, but that's when he talks about the elusive targets, because those are opportunities where you don't get a chance to understand everything about them, or to learn the level, or to know how it's going to go. So
even if you use your target, your assassin vision or whatever they call it, the elusive targets don't show up.
yeah,
So
you
have to find them.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the elusive
Yeah.
targets, is that it gives you. You're still playing on that map, so you kind of have an idea, but there is room for failure.
Yeah.
After
The
that.
thing I will say about Hitman, in closing on this, it's not like a fast-paced action romp like Call of Duty or anything like that,
Or Assassin's
or
Creed, which
Assassin's
is whatever.
Creed, where it's a slower.
Sounds like a lot of methodical
more-
planning that
yes.
needs to be done in this thing.
So if you have to go into it in that mentality that you're not going to be like run and gun, cover, shooting,
Yeah.
stuff like that. If
You need a
you're-
plan.
Yeah, if you resort to machine guns, things have gone wrong.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to hit more of the news. We've got there's a lot of little things to hit. Again, want to talk about the guy suing Epic for a dance move. Well, I don't know where I stand on that. Really, I don't know if that's a. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But there's also a lot of other little things that we can hit up real quick. But yeah, so we'll hit that up as well. And as we go to a break here, we're going back into music. This was fun to find. As far as Christmas tunes go, I'm highly partial to Carol of the Bells. It is top notch for me in my Christmas listening. And any kind of variety of that I can find, I'm always open to listening to. One of them that we have played many times here is the one that comes from Batman Arkham Origins,
Yeah.
which is set on Christmas Eve, by the way. If you're looking for a game to play that's that kind of fits in with the theme of the season, there's plenty of games that are offering winter-themed events. But you've also got Batman Arkham Origins takes place Christmas Eve night. And they use Carol of the Bells as the theme for Joker, which I have played countless times here. Well, anyway, I found Carol of the Bells in Rockstar's Bully.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because part of it goes to the holiday season.
Yeah, it's called Balls of Snow is the name of the track. I actually really like this version of Carol of the Bells.
Did you play Bully?
I have not.
I enjoyed
Not
it. I
have
100%ed it.
Yeah. I have it, the special edition, mastered, whatever it is on Steam, but I have not played it. So we're going to go to break to this from Bully, and then we'll be back with more of in-game chat after this.
And now Morgan Freeman as your local mall Santa.
Ho, ho, ho. Now tell Santa what you want, young man. Now, wait a minute now. Ooh, damn. Is that your mama? Well, come on over here, darling. Well, Santa's got 2 laps. Well, what would you like for Christmas? I'm not talking to you, you stupid kid. Matter of fact, you know what? Take this $1 and get yourself an Orange Julius while Santa here finds out if Mommy's been naughty. Wait, what? That's your daddy coming up? Oh, all right, that's it. Get off Santa's lap. On your way, there you go. That's it. On your way, you two. Get out, go on, and give me back my $1, you little turd.
That's Morgan Freeman as your local mall Santa.
Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman, here with a holiday tip. Shopping for gifts can be frustrating, especially when the person you're looking for can be a real jackass. This year, get them something more fitting, like a pile of cat or my favorite, a firm, well-placed kick in the crotch berries. Not only will you be giving them what they deserve, but my gut tells me you'll never have to shop for them again. Happy holidays!
And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Banjo-Kazooie, Freezeezy Park, Freezeezy, Peak, not Park, Peak, Freezeezy, whatever. Music, of course, for the show brought to you by Quality Comics at 272-1787. Find their store on eBay. You can go online, qualitycomics.com. That is X in the word comics, C-O-M-I-X. And also their Facebook page, Montgomery Quality Comics. If you go to their Facebook page, you're going to see a lot of what's in the store. eBay will have a bunch of things that sort of expand beyond the collectible comic book stuff, but also collectibles themselves. The website, Vintage Comics, highly priced, very vintage and comics. And I'm not saying that they're highly priced as in like they're outrageous. I'm just saying these are...
valued.
Yes. These are your collector type stuff, your cream of the crop sort of thing. And but their Facebook page will give you a better idea of just what's in the store. But then again, if you're local, just go to the store. That's all you got to do. It's right down the road. They're open until 7 tonight. So take advantage of that. Support your local comic book shop, basically, is what I'm saying. All right, so can you copyright a dance move?
I'm going to say no.
Well, let's go to our expert who's on the phone right now and talk to Chris. Chris?
Are your dance moves copyrighted?
Can we copyright your dance moves?
I don't really give a you-know-what. Is that y'all were thinking the same thing, like, who cares?
Do you have any dance moves that we could copyright?
No.
Well, do you think you can copyright dance moves? Do you think this is something you can do?
I mean,
I don't think
Moonwalk
so.
wasn't
I
copyrighted.
think it's no sense in even trying to bring this up. I think there's... No, I don't. I think that there's not.
I'd love to see an update on this article to see if that was a thing that happened. I haven't been able to find if there's an update, but we'll see about that. Anyway, Chris, hey, how you doing, man?
What's been going on, y'all?
Not much. Doing our Christmas show. You're going to hear the same show next week, by the way.
So, like, if I do a song where I basically, like, you know, tell people the steps on how to do a waltz, does that mean I get to copyright the waltz?
I don't think so.
Because it goes with my music and everything.
I think the only thing that matters here is if this artist created the dance himself. If he was the originator of this dance, if he's the one that did it. And, yeah,
But he is.
Then he may have
so
something
he says
to it.
he is.
I don't know. I don't think you can. Well, again, we'll get into this in just a minute. Let's talk to Chris. What other than, have you been playing anything? Do you got anything coming up? What's going on?
I got a new the original Phantasy Star on the Switch, the Sega Ages edition of it, where they just released it. not too long ago.
There was some Christmas
Yeah.
music for Phantasy Star that I found. I didn't like necessarily. It was. I guess it was holiday themed. I'm not exactly sure.
Fantasy
but it
Star
was
Online.
Fantasy Star Online. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, it wasn't really. Not really.
Yeah, it was there. And
They
I
didn't
was
even call
like,
it Christmas. They didn't even call it Christmas. It was
No,
some type of other.
none
event.
of them really
Yeah.
call it Christmas
Yeah,
except for Christmas nights. They
Yeah.
called theirs Christmas, but most of these just
I
call
mean,
it
what, like Destiny, where they call it like the
Well, that's trying to put theirs into their lore.
yeah.
And they
Something
could call it
solstice?
No. This is what is it called?
The not Christmas holiday. I don't know.
No, it's not the Gathering. It's the. Oh God, I've completely forgotten what it is, and yet it's in my face all the damn time. Anyway, the something or another. Why has that slipped my mind?
Because you're getting
Probably
old.
based on the importance of it.
You looking it
It's
up
not
right now?
there. I'm looking it up.
Destiny 2 winner, The Dawning. Thank you, Drunk Degenerates.
Okay.
Oh, The Dawning
Yeah.
is what it's
That was
called.
painful to watch.
Right?
Yeah, I could see it like right there, but you're just like just grasping at nothing.
The hollow. What is it
I like
called?
the was it in City of Heroes where they had the rocks that you could throw as a homage to Charlie Brown. You
No,
know?
that was that was Halloween.
Oh, that was for Halloween.
That was the Halloween event.
That's right.
You
But
could
I mean,
go
it's still an
around to
event.
you could go around the doors in the city, and
Yeah, and
you'd get something. Sometimes you get a rock.
I got a rock.
Yeah, but then in the holiday event, you could throw snowballs,
Yeah.
which you can throw snowballs in Destiny now too.
Okay.
In the tower, you can throw the snowballs. But anyway, back to what were we talking about?
Chris.
Fantasy Star. Fantasy Star. Yes, you played Fantasy Star for Switch.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I've got the original one on the Sega Master System. I've got the one that they released with a couple other games on the Game Boy Advance. And I said, yeah, what the heck? But the cool thing is they featured it. They actually have the little map on the corner that when you go into the dungeons, it automatically traces it and fills out the little map grid for you so you know where you're going instead of having to get out some tracing paper or, some grid paper to make your own map. So it automatically keeps track so you don't have to worry about getting lost with. Yeah, what the heck? It's only $8. I haven't played it in a long time, and they had another. They have the Japanese version on there, which I don't know how to speak or read Japanese, but they had in the Japanese system they had another FM chip that the music sounded completely different, and then they have this enabled in this new version where you can listen to what the music originally sounded like in the original version in Japan. So I said, yeah, why not? It's only $8.
It's nice.
Yeah, none of I.
2 soundtracks. That's nice.
Sounds like my rationalization for spending money. Well, Chris, I hope you have a great Christmas, man. I hope you
All
have
right.
a fantastic
I hope
New Year.
Y'all do, everyone over there, y'all hope y'all do as well.
All
Thanks,
right, man.
buddy,
Thanks, Dal.
and we'll talk to you again.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Don.
Bye.
Dance moves, copyright. Can you? I don't know.
Like I say, Michael Jackson, I don't think he was able to copyright the moonwalk.
Yeah, but he never said he invented it.
Did he?
He never said he invented it.
Oh.
As far as I know, he didn't, because I believe there's some videos showcasing at least that move. Wasn't necessarily called the moonwalk.
Well, he also
No.
had that one where, he used the smooth
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 criminal?
smooth criminal. Thank you. Yes.
Operator. All right. No,
That's
that
shy.
was where they actually
But that had technology in
Yeah.
it with the shoes.
he had a patent.
He had a
developed
patent
for
on
that.
the shoes,
Yeah.
but not the
Not
dance
the
move.
dance.
I mean, if is Gene Kelly gonna patent? I mean, like copyright? Swinging on a pole with a umbrella. I mean, at what point do it's like, you know what? Take the homage that it is. This game is giving you, oh, here's the homage. Just
Look, I guess
take
people
it.
don't want that anymore. They want more.
No, I know.
Yeah. And when you see how much, when you see every other day about how much money and popularity Fortnite is making off of that, if Fortnite wasn't as popular as it is, do you think anybody would be making claims about dance moves about it?
No, see,
No, not
like,
really.
I think back to the days of like Napster and stuff like that when that first came out.
They're tearing the guy up in the comments. Some of them are.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Well-
how people are like, well, all of it's stealing from the artist, and like, yes, okay, in a way I appreciate that, but in a way also, I do like artists getting, their props and everything. But a dance move, if you're a
Well,
musician and everything like that, sometimes exposure leads to more.
Yeah.
I
get that. But like I said earlier
Oh,
before we went to break, I said if the only chance he has of this is if he created and originated this thing. That's the only chance he's got in this. And like we said, I think we said last week as well, if this goes his way, that's a floodgate that's going to open up for a lot of other things as
my
goes
God.
on.
Yeah.
Reading some of the comments here, and this is earlier in this month. Legally speaking, it may not qualify as a protected dance. That's for the court to decide. But the legal precedent is that simple routines and social dance steps are not protected. What
All right.
qualifies as one or both of those things? There's no real fixed definition. It literally changes on a legal case-by-case basis.
It's like the idea of what's art, or
Subjective.
yeah.
Yeah, and then some people believe that Epic will come to some sort of settlement with the creators over the use of their dance after
And maybe that's just what he's wanting is a little payout.
after a lot of backroom discussion. But that's the thing. You set this precedent that, hey, this is a dance move that I own, then let's look at everything.
Because because he's not the only one who had an issue. Who was that? There was a young lady who did a dance move. I think it was one of the female characters' dances. I can't forget her name. It was a something shuffle, and she had issue with it. I don't think it got much. I don't think it got much press, but I think she had an issue with it, and it didn't come of it. Can't think of that. I'm gonna have to think about it later on. But yeah,
No idea. But I don't think. I'm curious to see how it pans out. I'm curious to see what the
too.
ruling is.
I am
I'm
too.
not saying that this is going to set the bar, because I think eventually, not just one but many may step up. And I think if
a ton of
it's,
people would step up if this.
Yeah,
falls
if
through.
they see the
no,
money's
but if
in-
this falls through.
I mean, yeah, if it goes, like I said, if it goes his way, a ton of people will step up. But if it falls through,
Oh, and if
yeah,
it goes
falls
this way,
through.
a ton. But if it falls through, they can still go back and say that, hey, this, somebody else can bring up another suit about it, and so on and so forth. If it kind of keeps coming up, will it force them to take a look at it and see if that's a thing they can do? If there are more than just this one guy, if there is, say a team of people saying that all of these dances are ours, and they come forward to sue as well, will that change things? I don't know. As it stands, I don't think Epic is too worried about this particular one, but I'm sure they're thinking about the future and what they're going to do about it. I'm sure after this case, Epic, who has a lot of money, probably hired a lot of lawyers,
We'll
looked
start-
through the books. Are we in the clear?
maybe
Yeah.
start getting rid of some of these dance moves.
Well, because if they weren't, if their guys looked it over and said, you're in the clear, but you're also in a
This
gray
is a little
area.
iffy.
Yeah, then Epic would either have removed them or said, let's work on a settlement or let's work on something to where we don't get busted for this whole thing. I think they're fine. I don't think it's anything that's going to come about. But Epic is going to continue to do this. Epic is going to continue to find what their player base is enjoying outside of the game that they can put into the game for them to enjoy. Dance moves, skins, all sorts of different things, I guess, that they can sort of mimic and put in their game and make money off of.
Well, what about like the fair play stuff? Like
talking
like things have games, movies, like media references itself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You'll always find Easter eggs of this and that and the other in everything. What's
Give me an example of what you're talking about.
All right. Well, I know like Spielberg and Lucas go hand in, they work together and they're friends. But like in Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, when Indy's taken the Ark out of the Well of Souls, one of the hieroglyphics is R2 and 3PO.
Mm-hmm.
Easter eggs everywhere. But
Indiana Jones is a Lucasfilm production. Star Wars is a Lucasfilm production.
Paramount and
20th Century
Fox are two different things, though.
They're two different things, but it's also working with the creator of that. I mean, George Lucas himself is involved with that and working with the creator of that.
Or like
as well, it's also
but you see like Easter eggs in a lot of things all the time.
Oh yeah, well,
You
look
know?
at if you look at Ready Player One, you see the
That
amount
was
of
nothing but Easter eggs.
right, which they got permission from every one of those people to use everything that was in there.
Yeah.
All of that they had to reach out and use permission. Having somebody like Spielberg come to your company and say, "I'd like to use your stuff in my film," is one of the ways they were able to get that
I know
happen.
parodies don't have to go.
Parodies don't. When you use parodies, that's fine because it's used as a parody.
I wonder if they could just say we're doing a parody of this dance move.
I'm sure, again, in their and their ever how many lawyers that they have
Yeah.
that they're using at the moment are probably saying, if it happens, claim parody.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because they're cartoonish figures. They're not.
They are.
I don't know.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No,
They're like-
interrupt all you want.
the lady's name is Gabby David.
Who's the lady?
She's
for
the
for
Electro Shuffle.
The dance that you were talking about.
Yeah,
The Electro Shuffle?
There's a move she made called Electro Shuffle.
Is
if I'm
that like
getting
the
it
electric
right.
slide?
No. Anyway, it's called the Electro Shuffle, made by Gabby David, and there was something about a settlement that was made with it because it was her choreography used, but permission wasn't obtained. It was something along the lines of that. I'm just going off of what I've done from searching for this, but that's what I've got so far.
All right. I remember in Final Fantasy Spirits Within, the movie, right? There's an Easter egg on the disc where they had the character Aki Ross and was it Aki Ross? Dr. Ross. Anyways,
Okay.
Dr. Ross and like Sid and the different characters from the game. They were doing the Thriller dance, like step by step, everything.
Yeah.
And like they did the Thriller dance. There's a little Easter egg. You're like, oh, that's cute. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson didn't sue him over that. Maybe just he was a different person, but like I don't know. We're such a litigious
Look,
society.
it's different cases. Some may take. Look, some people may take take it as an homage, and may take it like you say, just take the exposure, take the homage, and be accepted. Some people aren't like that. Some people try to get every penny they can, and however they can. Like you said, we are.
I'm just
very
saying, this is not the first time this has come up.
Right.
And so and I think it will continue to come up until it is completely shot down, or there's some other way that it is said that yes, it is, or no, it isn't. Stop talking. Stop bringing it up. Either way, I don't know, but that's just one of those things. We got a few more minutes here before we have to go to a break. There's a GDC coming up, and Amy Hennig is going to be honored with a Lifetime Achievement at GDC next year. So congratulations to Amy. I haven't talked to her in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I need to get in touch with her.
Has it been over?
Since
over a
Star
year
Wars?
Well, as far as having her on the air, we had her on the air back in January when we did our 500th episode.
Okay.
Yeah. We had her back on the air back then. And I want to say I talked to her maybe in May, but I have not. I think when she announced that whenever they closed down the Star Wars.
Visceral?
Yeah, whenever they closed down Visceral, I got in touch with her. So I've talked to her this year, but it's been a while since I've reached out to her. But yeah, so I need to congratulate her on that. What else do we have? Counter-Strike Go is getting review bombed on Steam. Counter-Strike Go community is offended at the prospect of the 6-year-old game going free to play. The game, which occasionally dips to just during a sale, recently went free and added its own spin on the battle royale genre. The existing player base isn't too happy with this influx of new players at all, and over 25,000 of them have left a negative review as a result. Reading some of the reviews, the issue seems to be that the majority of players are concerned about an increase in cheating. It also seems like the hardcore community is worried about a bunch of new players steaming into the game and not knowing what they're doing. Counter-Strike Go has a notoriously serious community, and at least 80% of them think they're professional esports players.
I like that think.
Yeah.
This was like pro wrestling back in the day. Anybody new coming in, they wouldn't. It was like such an insular.
You never got a chance.
Just us and nobody else. Keep everyone else out. That's exactly what it sounds like here.
So I found out that Ace Combat 7, which comes out January next month,
Okay.
the PSVR is only for 3 levels as of right now.
You totally don't want to buy my PSVR now, do you?
No, I do, actually.
Is there a flight stick for the PS4?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is. Yeah, he's getting prepared.
I use it on my PC for Elite Dangerous.
Okay. So is it Sony brand or someone?
I think.
Sony brand?
No, it's Thrustmaster.
Thrustmaster. Okay.
It's a good one. It's a good flight stick.
Okay.
I'll try and I'll in between now and the break. No, I say the Christmas break.
Yes.
I'll gather my stuff up, and I'll at least, because it's not getting used. I'll
Consider
at
it?
least I'll at least just let you. When's the game come out?
January.
January, I think, mid-Jan.
Oh,
But like I've got like Resident Evil. I wouldn't mind playing through with that.
I know, but I have the system that is not getting used.
Yeah.
I think January 18th.
I won't
that sounds
necessarily
about right.
I won't necessarily give it to you in a sense that
Yeah.
I won't want it back, but I'll totally just be like,
Let
here,
me borrow
go
it for a
ahead.
little bit.
Yeah, and I won't. At some point, maybe a game releases where it's like, hey, I want to play this in
Yeah, that's
VR.
fine. Yeah.
Can I get that back for a minute? We'll see. Or maybe I'll just say, hey, have you enjoyed that? I don't miss it that much. Here, give me money.
Yeah.
And you can keep it forever.
Because I would like to try Tetris Effect as well.
Same here.
Man, that game went on sale and I missed it.
Oh, did it?
It was on sale for like $20 on Amazon. I went to go buy it and you couldn't add it to your cart. I don't know. It was, again, Wario sent me a text.
Yeah.
I did,
Digital or disc?
a disc. It was disc. Wow. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I-
It was disc.
Yeah. I watched a video about like the history of Tetris and like the legal battles that thing went through. That
can
is
imagine.
some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's fighting like between like the U.S., Japan,
Mm-hmm.
England, Russia. I mean the Soviet Union. Like it was insane.
I was looking at the dates for, like I said, for January 18th for Ace Combat. I see a lot of other stuff here. Yakuza 4 on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Ooh,
Resident
like
Evil 2.
Kiwami.
Yeah, I guess, because
They didn't do 3 Kiwami.
they didn't
though.
do 3.
They did 2.
So I don't know what Yakuza 4 is. Maybe it's not a remake or whatever. But Resident Evil 2,
I'm looking forward to that one as well.
yeah, I am as well.
Recently, it was released this week. I talked about it when I came back from PAX in September. Mm-hmm. I sent a tweet out on Friday, I guess it was, when the game released, to tell people to try and play this game if you could. But I was originally calling it Gris because that's what I thought. It's GRIS. But the developers and stuff corrected that and said it's pronounced like Grease. So it's Grease. GRIS. It is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played, laid eyes on. It has, first off, it has some of the most beautiful art inside the game, but also outside the game. Everything looks hand-drawn inside the game. It's got a very watercolored look to it. I believe it's got some inspiration from either an Italian or I don't want to say Mexican, maybe Spanish artist. I'm not exactly sure what it is there, but it is a fantastically beautiful game. It is also a very short game. I think it's only about 3 to 4 hours long.
Okay. Kind of like The Room.
In a sense, yeah. Not necessarily the play style, but the length. But it is for me, it was the encapsulation of art as games type situation.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful.
Let's look at an article here. Grease, which means gray in Spanish, is a game about bringing color and song to the world. Also about loss, pain, and endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really, really dark, dismal-looking thing here, and I guess, like I said, bringing color to it.
Well, the game that I played
go.
already had color associated to it. There was not any kind of black and white.
Maybe as you play through it.
Well, the
it's-
part of it that I played, exactly,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, is
Yeah.
that it already had the color in there, but it was so beautiful. The
Yeah.
music was fantastic. The art direction was great. It was platformer. You know, it was a platformy type thing, so it was a lot of jumping and things like that, and some puzzle solving as well. But it was just by far beautiful. Anyway, I did not know that it was getting released so soon. I thought it was coming out next year, but it is out. I believe it's on console and PC, maybe Switch.
It says Switch and PC.
Oh, never mind. Just Switch and PC.
Which is a console and PC.
It is, but I thought it was also getting released on, Xbox or PS4. So check that out if you can. It's a beautiful game. Watch some videos if you need to. It's fantastic. So, who's this?
Mumnut.
Mumnut? Okay. Hang on the line because we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more of in-game chat. We'll take this phone call as well. Here is more music in the winter setting of the holidays. I didn't even know they did this, but Monster Hunter World has a winter theme thing going on. It looks really pretty in the game. I wish I enjoyed the game enough to play it so I could see it and enjoy it. But the Winter Star Festival, I guess, is what it's called, and this is the track for it. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman, here with a holiday tip. Now, when you're desperate to make conversation at a party, you can't go wrong with holiday trivia. For instance, did you know the first Christmas ornaments were ferret skulls hung by Bavarian lumberjacks to ward off evil spirits that may harm their lumber crop? Well, that's not true. But if you act like it is, who knows? You may have made a new buddy. Or not. Hey, what do I care? I'm Morgan Freeman.
And now, Morgan Freeman makes up new reindeer names.
Blitzer, Crocus, Danzig, Cumberbatch, Rudy Tomjanovich, Chad, Reince Priebus, Shia LaHouf, Dingleberry, El Diablo, Bryce Dallas Howard, Kiefer, Mad Dog, Ha Ha Clinton Dix, Papaya, Sputum, Hibbity Jibbity, Chelsea Antler, Bert, Uncle Buck, Terry Cloth, Jambalaya, Cookie Dough, Darnell, Rolo, John Cena.
This has been Morgan Freeman making up new reindeer names.
Hang on just a second. This did not work. Oh, we still don't like it.
Yep.
We still don't like it.
I'm expecting a phone call in about 10 seconds.
Well, we
Did
got
I
one
not-
on the line already.
No, did I not do this right? What's going on?
Probably not. You know, we just,
This is what you forgot. You were talking about it earlier in the day.
yeah.
This is exactly right, is what I
He's
forgot.
like, I forgot something. What could it be?
Goodness.
How to radio host.
Apparently, I didn't put in enough songs for...
No, we could just make
Sing
it
it,
up.
Matt.
Did I not do enough songs? I swear I thought I had enough. There's Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm doing this horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have enough. Welcome back to the show. Let me
Ah.
turn this thing on.
See, I was hoping you just like totally fall apart.
No, apparently I didn't. I could have sworn I had enough that I put in the system, but apparently that is not the case. And now I can't remember any of the names of what I had. So I don't know. Here we go. Hang on. There we go. Now I can find it.
Are you going to start playing a random song real quick?
No, apparently I didn't add enough. I thought I needed 7 songs, but apparently I only had 5. So there we go. The mistake that keeps on giving. All right. Anyway, welcome back to the show, everybody. That sucks.
And the great thing is, people get to hear this next week too.
I know, right? It's horrible. It's horrible.
Unless
If only we've been doing this for a while.
unless Scott does his stellar usual job of editing. He'll edit
I
this
could
out.
have sworn I had enough. No, probably not, because I still got to fit in. The show has to be a certain length.
Okay, just put the music in there.
Right.
Over our snafu on that one.
Find some music to play, but
I like my rendition, by the way.
that's probably what I'll use. I could throw that in. We've already done Carol of the Bells. I
just-
really like that Joker theme.
Yeah.
Really like the Joker theme. Let's
You
see.
should do that with Mark Hamill, Joker doing the Jingle Bells.
I have Blue Stinger. Would you like that? I have Shinmu.
Shinmu.
Shinmu,
Christmas
yeah.
on.
Those are the ones I gave you. Shinmu, Blue Stinger, Bar Oasis, and
I have Bar Oasis.
You can't go wrong with Shinmu.
yeah.
I have Winter's Theme. That's from Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
And here, I'll just do this one. It's my favorite anyway.
Which one's this?
This is from Batman Arkham Origins.
This one.
Yeah, basically the one that has a little edge to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you're looking for a game to play on Christmas, Batman Arkham Origins takes place Christmas Eve nights. It's fun. I like games that have that theme set into it.
Yeah.
I like when the season in the game that I'm playing matches the season in the real world for some reason. So Halloween events and Christmas events. What was the one? Cameo from, it was a launch title for the 360.
Xbox 360, yeah.
They had Christmas events in there where all the different characters, some of them had Santa hats, looked like a Christmas tree and all this other stuff. So it was really nice. It was really nice. I think they did some themes for Uno as well.
Like cards?
The Uno, well, on 360, that everybody played God knows how much of. It was Uno, but people played a ton of it.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Music,
testing
of course,
friendships.
brought to you by Quality Comics. That is COMIX, qualitycomics.com. They're located at 500 Eastern Boulevard right here in Montgomery, the South's largest vintage comic dealer. If you want to get an idea of what they mean by vintage comic dealer, go to their website, qualitycomics.com. They have there's comic books that cost up in the hundreds of dollars on that page, and then there's comic books that cost up into the thousands of dollars on that page. But one of the fun things about going to qualitycomics.com, their website, and seeing those vintage books is to read the reason that they're priced what they're priced. It's not necessarily because they're early in the history of a character like Batman or Superman or Spider-Man or anything like that.
First appearance of a character, things like that, yeah.
There is, I want to say there was a Batman comic book that they've got, and the key part of it is that this is the first time that a gun or a military weapon was featured on the front cover of a comic book or something like that. It was a tie-in with the war or something that was going on. I can't remember exactly what the situation was or what the actual thing was, but they've got all these little things. Here's the first appearance of so-and-so, or here's the first time that this item was used in a comic book, or this was done in a book.
Or sometimes I see the last work of this artist or this writer or someone
that is a thing as well.
On,
that is totally a thing as well. So, real quick hits here before we go to the phone. Charles Martinet, if you're familiar with him,
Mario.
He is the voice of Mario, has been for a very, very long time. He received a Guinness World Record recently.
Okay.
He holds the Guinness World Record for the most video game voiceover performances as the same character.
Good on him.
Yep. He published a video on Instagram expressing the delight at the award, and on Twitter he said the recent release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate pushed his Mario video game voiceover list to 100.
Wow.
So
all one character.
Yeah. I wonder where it started with him. When did it start? He's voiced Mario since 1990. He's also
would that be Super Mario World?
Whatever that starts with, yeah. He's voiced Mario since 1990. He's also the voice behind Wario, Luigi, Waluigi, Baby Luigi, and Baby Mario. 63-year-old. Yeah.
Good on him.
And he's now now holds the Guinness World Record for that. So fantastic. What else was in here that I wanted to talked about? Gris. Division 2 has a technical alpha coming up. I played Anthem. It was really buggy, but I played it. That game needs... Whatever we played needed work. And I realized the game doesn't come out until February, and I realized that probably what we played was something they had built even months and months earlier to get ready for us to play. But there were times when I was running around in the area, and... I was firing my gun at the enemy, and I was landing the hits. That's fine, but the animation of my character had the gun up in the air like this
when the shots were going off.
Yeah, and but it was like I was firing the gun up into the air, but the bullets were going where I was pointing. So I mean, it wasn't breaking it.
It's like that scene in Fifth Element.
Yeah,
it wasn't breaking the game,
but at the same time,
but it looked horrible.
Yeah,
but yeah, I did play some of it. It needs some work. I wasn't really drawn into it. We'll see. It was a very short demo, and I say that as a demo, beta, whatever. But I think they're going to have another one that takes place in February.
All right.
Before the games launch, they're going to do another one, an open beta that they'll do. So we talked about Charles Martinet. We talked about Gris. Division 2. Full Throttle Remastered is free on Good Old Games right now. If you go to GOG, you can get Full Throttle Remastered. Oh, the NES Classic and the SNES Classic.
After they're done, they're done.
They have stopped production. They are no longer in production. When these sell out, when whatever's out there right now is done, it is done. Which I feel now justified. I was saying the other day, because I walked into Best Buy, wherever I was at the time, and things were on the shelf, and I was like, man, I remember a time where that would not be the case. Those shelves would have been raided. I'd have been hearing, my watch would have been going off, like, hey, they've got them here, go get them. And I just thought, boy, I feel stupid for being all the way that I handled that, to get one immediately and to have one and all this other stuff. But now that I know that they're going to go away and not be around, I'm just going to use that as justification.
Are we going to see an influx of NES classics on eBay shoot up in price?
I doubt it. I don't know how much is still left out there.
I got my pie. You know,
that's not the point, though. Yes, you can build these on your own. You don't need these little bitty versions of older systems to make it happen.
This little emulator.
Yeah,
but the masses want them, and so the supply is about to go away.
Yeah.
I think the demand may already have been met, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So I don't know that you're going to see an influx. I don't think the demand is.
If the PlayStation Classic would lower price, maybe. Maybe.
I did not pick that up. I had it pre-ordered. I went in to go pick up one of the Steelbooks that I always pick up, and I said, "Hey, I've got this." What was I picking up? Mission Impossible, I think it was.
That's a good one.
I was there to pick that up, and I said, "I've got this PlayStation Classic on here to pick up as well. Can we cancel that order?" Totally canceled it. Did not buy it. Did not pick it up. I hear it's easily hackable. I saved an article in my RSS feed for how to hack the thing. It's done basically the same way. It's in its infancy right now, but apparently it's very easy to do and will become even easier once people get inside of it. The source code, or whatever it is built into the software of the system itself, and it's not blocked whatsoever. There is no workaround to it. It's right there out in the open, and you can access it freely. There is no check. There is no gate.
So
it's just there.
That makes me want a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if I could just use my PS3 or PS4 controller with it as well.
I'd imagine there's some way
eventually.
you can do that. Yeah, I'd imagine there's some way that you can do that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So
Yeah.
I still haven't picked it up, but once it's done with this one, it is completely
See,
done.
how many minis we got now? We got NES, Super NES,
Genesis.
I don't know if that counts. That's from the AT Games. They don't have a very good track record. SNK, the Neo Geo Mini, and then Sony's PlayStation Mini.
That's true.
Yeah, they're all making. Everybody's making retro minis
Who's
now.
the other one? I want to say Commodore 64 was working on one.
I wasn't aware of that.
I think
Atari?
Was it Atari? Well, Sega was doing something, and they was it Atari or Sega that you and I got really cautious about because of
That's
what
what
they
I
were
was
using?
talking about. Sega, the Genesis Mini, but it was made by AT Games.
Yeah.
And AT Games is that bootleg, kind of bootleg. They don't have a very good track record, so we were kind of wary. I was kind of wary about that one.
Yeah. There's another. We talked about this. I'm just hitting up these last ones. Mumnut will get right to you after we do this.
Do it for Dreamcast and probably sell then.
Yeah.
So we talked about Epic Game Store, their store for Epic, and Steam, and now Discord is doing it. However, their split is massive. So Valve took a 70-30? What was Valve's?
Pretty high.
I can't remember. Yeah, Valve had a big cut that they took when developers would put their games onto Steam. And then Epic comes along and says, oh, you know what? We can do better than that. You put your game on ours, we'll take less of a cut and give more of it to you. Well, then Discord comes along and says, we can do even better. You could keep 90% of your profits. We're only going to take 10. A 90-10 split.
I don't know much about that. It doesn't sound sustainable.
I don't know that it needs to be. I'm not sure. I mean, Discord's pretty big. I've never used them as a game store or a game, they're an online game store front thing. But Discord, which started selling games through its chat platform in August, will allow developers to self-publish games with a 90-10 revenue split beginning in 2019. Epic announced it would offer a better split than Steam, only taking 12% of the game's revenue. So now they're undercutting that. Discord says, we talked to a lot of developers, and many of them feel that current stores are not earning their 30% of the usual 70-30 revenue share. Because of this, we now see developers creating their own stores and launchers to distribute their games instead of focusing on what's really important, making great games and cultivating amazing communities. So, from 2019, Discord is turning its store into a self-serve game publishing platform. Any developer will be able to publish on the store and keep 90% of their revenue. The remaining 10% covers operating costs and apparently could be lowered as well. Everyone who uses Discord to chat already has the store, so it's got a lot of potential customers, 200 million, according to Discord, so it's probably starting to look pretty attractive to some developers. It's already got an eclectic catalog of mostly indie games. That is interesting. Let's go to the phones. He's been waiting long enough to talk to Mumnut, which we haven't talked to Mumnut in a while. Hey, man.
Hey, I know that he was about to break into We've Only Just Begun. But you know that song?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
Hey.
Matt was about to break into that when we were trying to find
Yeah.
music to play? Yeah.
When aren't I about to break into that? Let's
We've
be
only
honest.
just begun, I know.
Yes.
But anyway, how disappointed am I going to be that I missed out on that $199 PlayStation 4 deal?
The $199 PlayStation 4 deals, how disappointed are you going to be? Probably not much. I imagine give it some time. Well, you'll probably see some of those deals pop up here as we get closer to Christmas. And then you're going to see some of the deals pop up in January, I think. And eventually you're going to get that price cut to where it is $199. The thing is that it might not come with a game like it has been. I think it's been coming with Spider-Man for the past month or so now.
Right.
But they may cut it down. It may already be that. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
exactly sure what a PlayStation costs now.
$299.
$299 right now? Okay, yeah, they could do another $100. They'll do a $100 cut on that, I believe. We're in the what year are we in with the releases? They released in 2014,
I think so.
so we're in what year 4, 5, maybe
5.
somewhere around there. We're in the 5th year of this generation. I think we're about to hit year 6.
Yeah, it's
So-
going longer than it normally does.
Yeah, we're about to hit year 6 on this, so I believe that you will see the price come down again on both the Xbox One S, I think, is at its bottom price. I don't think it's getting any lower than that. The X might drop, but just a little bit. However, the regular PlayStation, the regular PS4, I believe next year will drop to that $199 price. It'll be gameless. It won't have a game that comes with it until you see the bundles for Black Friday and that sort of thing. But the actual system itself will probably drop to just $200.
2013, by the way.
2013.
In North
So
America.
we are about to hit year 7?
Yeah, November 15th, 2013 in North America.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's going to happen, man. I don't think you should be that disappointed. Put it that way.
I got to buy my son one.
Well, by the time it does, now, if you're trying to do it for Christmas, then yeah, you should be disappointed. But if you can wait, I think they will drop it next year, and I think by that time you will be able to pick up a lot of games that are great for the system at a very low price.
So you don't think it's going to go back on sale before Christmas?
It might. You might see some daily deals on like Amazon and stuff. It might, but I can't say for sure.
I'm going to cry.
Well, I'm so sorry, buddy. Hey, thanks for calling. It was good hearing from you, man.
Yeah, you too. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thanks,
Merry
Al.
Christmas to you, Mumnut. Okay, we're about done here, I think. I'm trying to time it right because I want to make
Have
sure
music?
everything. Yeah, I've got music ready. It's our usual close of Christmas. It's the One-Ups doing the Mario Christmas music. We've got another Morgan Freeman to play as well.
Sorry to disappoint those who was looking forward to Matt singing.
Right.
Well.
It's not going to happen. Remember, we're not going to be here next week. We're going to replay this entire show next week. So thank you, everybody, for joining us in the chat room. Thanks, everybody, for listening on the stream. Thanks for listening on the radio. And thank you each week to everybody who grabs us from iTunes, where we'll be up there. Go to ingamechat.net. You can join us on Twitter, Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us on Steam with our Steam group. We've got a Discord you can join up with over there. So have a fantastic Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year if we don't do this again before New Year's, which that's still on the table. I don't know. But
Happy holidays.
exactly. Enjoy it. Wonderful. We'll see you maybe next Saturday, but we'll see you when we see you. Here is the Mario, what is it, Sleigh Ride, I think is what it's called.
Mario Sleigh Ride.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing along with it.
There's no words.
I'll create
Oh,
them.
good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Matt, it's all you. That's not words. Sing it.
See, you put me on the spot now. Now I can't. Just staring at me.
Nothing?
This is uncomfortable.
You got nothing.
I got nothing. I don't even know the lyrics of the song. 'Cause
Yeah.
Something about happy
Right together
Sleigh.
with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Let's play in the snow. Come on, you don't know the song?
No, I don't.
Kind of snow.
I don't celebrate holidays.
I don't know these words.
Yeah,
I've forgotten
I haven't
what they
done
are.
this like song. I haven't sang this song since I was like a little kid. So
What kind of are you? How big is your heart? 3 sizes too small or whatever
I'd
that is.
say 4.
10. I don't know.
4 sizes too small.
You got Grinch.
Grinch was a happy guy.
Only
Humbug.
after he discovered the spirit of Christmas. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Bye.
Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman, here with a holiday tip. Hosting family get-togethers can be stressful, so this Christmas, do what I do. Blow off your family and surround your kitchen table with department store mannequins. Well, they look nicer, eat less, and best of all, don't talk. Or maybe they do. Depends on how much acid you mix into your giblet gravy. I limit mine to 4 tabs, but then I'm old. At your tender age, I'd at least drop 10. Happy holidays.